Well, howdy there, you sexy boys. We got ourselves a catastrophic security breach in the goddamn bedroom. Historians still disagree on who planned the invasion. Some blame the Mosquito cartel. Others, they point toward the housefly syndicate. But by 2:31 in the morning, that ceiling fan had blown the blankets completely away. The Holy Land was exposed. Sector 6, that bare goddamn human ass, was officially open for business. The civilian is completely defenseless, face down, drooling on the mattress. And he is about to discover that mosquitoes and houseflies do not operate under the same moral framework, because they have both just crossed the border into the forbidden zone. Mosquitoes? They're disciplined, nocturnal professionals, I tell ya. They look at that gluteus and they see absolute opportunity. Maximum blood flow, incredible thickness. To a mosquito, the human ass is basically Beverly Hills with a pulse. Houseflies? Brother, houseflies appear to be operating under a completely separate software update. They don't want the blood. They just like basic geographical boundaries. A fly will nosedive directly into the Valley of Darkness with the confidence of a tourist who lost his goddamn map. The fly immediately gets trapped in the microclimate of the Great Pink Divide. Stuck in the blanket lint, blinded by the sweat. It is an absolute, unmitigated tactical disaster. He is buzzing against the skin like a broken vibrator, contributing absolutely nothing to society. But the mosquito, she ignores the idiot. She secures the perimeter on the upper left cheek. She don't just bite, folks. She sets up a goddamn deep-sea drilling operation. She stabilizes the rig. She checks the wind resistance from the ceiling fan. She is operating with the clinical precision of a cartel surgeon. She jams the silly straw directly into the meat. The extraction begins. Red gold is flowing into the syndicate treasury. But just to be an absolute psychopath, she leaves behind a payload of concentrated biological hatred. And then, disaster strikes. The human nervous system, it registers the disturbance, folks. That signal, it travels right up the spine, directly into the central command center. The sleeper, well, he's awakened. The civilian, he realizes his most vulnerable territory has been compromised. He panics, he twists around, he raises his right hand with the desperate authority of a divorced Texas gladiator, defending his own dignity.
He needs some milk.
He unleashes a catastrophic 5-pound meat slap directly onto his own ass cheek. That impact, it registers on the goddamn Richter scale. It is an absolute, unmitigated display of friendly fire. The fly, who was just trying to navigate the crack, has been completely vaporized into a 2-dimensional smudge. But the mosquito, she anticipated the strike. She evacuated the blast zone. Cold, efficient, untouched. Well, now the human, he sits alone in the dark, don't he? Victorious, but spiritually unconvinced. He starts scratching that crater. But folks, the war, it don't end in the bedroom. Oh no, the mosquito's psychological torture, it's got a 48-hour delay. Fast forward to 2 p.m. the next afternoon, the human, he's standing in line at the goddamn grocery store. He is surrounded by civilians. And suddenly, the payload activates. A phantom itch of biblical proportions radiates from Sector 6. It is an itch that demands immediate, violent, physical attention. But he cannot scratch it. He is in public. He is trapped by the laws of civilized society. He tries to do the subtle clench. He tries to shift his weight. He tries to casually bump his glutes against the shopping cart handle like a goddamn grizzly bear scratching on an oak tree. But it ain't enough. The cartel has taken his sanity hostage. The mosquito is probably miles away, building a real estate empire off his blood, while he suffers in the dairy aisle. Because that, my friends, is the true legacy of the winged cartel. They don't just steal your juice, they steal your goddamn dignity. Welcome to the bottom of the food chain, you hear? What a beautiful day to be alive.